just one choice away from everything that we want in this life. We are never guaranteed today, so I make every breath my right. We are living on the edge of greatness. How about it? Escape the matrix. Can you taste it? You could be weightless without a spaceship. One chance, one shot, any given time. What you got? I got one mic, one strike. Yo, this ain't a game, this is real life. It's what you make of it. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna make a stake of it. Cause it's rare to see life well done. So you keep on pushing till that blood don't run. The only choice that I'm giving up is to give up. Failure's off the table, not an option in my playbook. Run it left, run it right, run it up the gut. Hail Mary, if I gotta, baby, I'ma throw it up. Go for it, even if it's fourth down at 21. On my 21, and I have to carry life deep, they throw dirt, don't get buried. Hardest thing to do in this life is not worry. Don't go believe in the hype, we are worthy. Just do what you do and you exactly where you're supposed to be. We are just one choice away from everything that we want in this life. We are never guaranteed today, so I make every breath my right. We are living on the edge of greatness. How about it? Escape the matrix. Can you taste it? You could be weightless without a spaceship. 311
Well, good morning and welcome to the Coffee with Chris show. I'm going to give a few minutes to see if some folks jump in. Today is the beginning of Pride Month.
Well, actually, yesterday was.
Well, yeah, okay, yesterday was. Are you going to move the mic? You're just going to just talk into the...
I'm just going to talk into the air.
Y'all, she's been on it lately.
I'm fine.
Okay. So yeah, it is the beginning of Pride Month as of yesterday.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month. Everyone's been extra gay this year, which is great. Let's see how...
Have people been extra gay this year?
I feel like they have been.
All right, give me an example. Give me an example.
Okay, an example of how gay people are.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just opening up my little timeline. The first thing I see is someone posting a picture of rainbow nails. That's pretty gay. Okay. If one more drag queen posts their calendar for June. I've got...
Where does he mean?
Where you see me, and like they're all busy. So
Booked and busy. Booked and blessed.
booked and blessed.
Booked and blessed.
And then I've got this really interesting gay pride flag dress cape thingy.
All right. I mean, but all of that's expected because it is Gay Pride Month, so everyone is being extra gay.
Yeah, I'm just saying they're particularly gay this year. Somebody's already hung up their pride flags in front of their house.
Yeah.
Like, it is like, look at this, Dumbledore with gay flags. I don't even know what that means. But yes, it has been really gay on my timeline.
It's very gay. People are getting into the spirit of pride as a protest.
Pride is a protest. And I got my trans pride cup.
I guess I'm just rocking with cat pride.
Good morning, Seth. Good morning, Stacha.
Pussy pride.
Well, aren't you like... Okay. Well, there you go. You're taking it somewhere else. I thought that you were of the old school cat-loving lesbian.
I do love an old school cat loving lesbian.
You do?
Much better than these new school dog loving lesbians. What's up with that?
Yeah, what is up with that? What's going on with all of these the dog situation?
Yeah, the dog lesbians are... I like a good old fashioned cat lesbian with sweaters.
Oh crap. I got an email from my boss. I have to check real quick. Oh crap. Why is it at 11? Oh.
Wow.
Just messing everything up.
That
today.
just brought you down.
It did.
Bringing the whole mood down.
The whole mood.
Fuck capitalism.
Fuck it.
Except we gotta buy a house, so Yay, capitalism.
Oh yeah. Now we gotta. Well, it's only yay capitalism to sell the house. Fuck capitalism to buying a house.
Yeah, that's true.
Franz says, all the free flag places, no drag flag. There is no drag flag.
Is there a drag flag?
Do we need one? I think we need one now because.
No, I think there must be a drag flag. Come on.
All right, let's see if there's a drag flag.
Drag flag.
Oh, there is one.
I told you.
There is a drag flag. I did not know. This is new. Let me. Wow. I mean, here we are.
It's not a bad looking flag. I mean, I would fly that flag.
No, it's not a bad looking flag. Let's see if I can show you the pride flag or the drag flag.
Drag pride. Oh, now you lost it.
Sydney, I need you to calm down.
I'm just giving you commentary. It's your fault for waking me up so early.
Well, you know what? It's not really early.
It's early. And I want you all to know the mind games that Chris plays on me.
I don't play any
Chris
mind
will
games.
come into the bedroom at 9 a.m. and
That's
be
the
like
drag flag.
and be like, "Hey, it's 5 p.m. You've missed the whole day."
Oh yeah.
Trying to get me to panic.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Not cool. We are covered in a drag flag. Okay, here we go.
There we go.
I don't know how to use this shit. Oh, there are two. There's an old one and a new one. Good morning, Bumper. The drag flag is just a picture of RuPaul counting his money and laughing.
That must be stature.
Yeah. Good morning, Bruce.
Well, speaking of counting his money and laughing, our topic for today.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. We have a topic.
We have a topic.
So the topic for today is gay for pay. And I feel like that has two meanings to it. So there is the corporations who put rainbows on all the things and try to sell all the pride stuff all month. And then there's us who show up to those corporate events and get paid for being gay.
Mm-hmm. Plus, we get the extra bonus that it's also Juneteenth.
Oh yeah, if you're black and gay, you should be getting your Juneteenth bonus.
Coins.
Yeah, you should be getting your Juneteenth bonus and your gay bonus this
Yeah.
month.
I'm not really getting any coins this year.
And you know what? I was really proud of the little bit of money that I'm getting for being gay this year. And then I was talking to the person who organizes Trans Pride, and she's like, "No, I asked for at least $2,000 for an appearance." I'm like, Jesus,
Wow.
I need to step my game up, because I thought getting my little $500 for an hour's worth of work was pretty good, but I guess that's small potatoes, and I ain't shit.
That must be small potatoes.
Yeah, I mean, I was really proud of that. Good morning, Peach. Yeah, I was really super proud of being oh yeah, I'm getting ready to have this conversation at the Walters. That felt pretty good. Now not so much.
Well, last year I was on NPR for a second.
I was on NPR last year.
All right, damn.
I don't know why you had to come at me about I was on NPR. Well, so was I. Who wasn't on NPR last year? Raise your hand if you weren't on NPR last year.
Yeah, they were really getting people for NPR. Because was last year the first year Juneteenth was a federal holiday?
As a federal holiday, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no wonder. No wonder I had so many gigs last year.
Yeah. Yeah, the federal holiday. And then the year before was 2021. 2020 and 2021 is when everybody was all like, ooh, Juneteenth is a thing. And like, it's all because nobody had anything else to talk about because, you know, the world was on fire and everybody had COVID. Because that was like George Floyd and all that stuff. It was like all that happened at the same time. So then everybody's like, ooh, Juneteenth. I mean, I got my little Juneteenth flag too.
Yeah.
You know?
And we get our little Juneteenth money.
I really hope I get some Juneteenth money. We're doing Coffee with Chris on Juneteenth, so I'm just gonna put up the Cash App. Not Cash App. I can't do Cash App. I'm gonna put up the Venmo.
What's wrong with Cash App?
I don't know.
You too bougie for Cash App?
I don't really use it. Maybe I am too bougie for Cash App. The good thing about Cash App, though, like let me shout out the Cash App. Like if you have Cash App and you put money in there, you can just straight up buy stock right through Cash App.
Okay.
Yeah, you can buy stock and Bitcoin and all that stuff, like, and watch the market and everything through Cash App. Like if you're like a day trader and you want to have a little bit of fun, put like $100 in your Cash App and go invest in some stuff. See if you can make a couple dollars.
That seems like a scam, though.
I made $25 one year.
Oh, okay.
Just by like playing the field for a little bit, back and forth, and
All
then I
right.
just cashed out.
With your $25.
Well, my $25 extra. I was playing with like $100.
I mean, that's not bad, though.
No,
that's not
not-
a bad return.
Yeah. I mean, it's like if you're into that, like it could be fun. Why not? I wouldn't suggest doing it. To me, it's like gambling. So like, and playing the slots. So like, I wouldn't do this long term. I would do it for a little while, and then when the fun's over, just cash out.
Take your $25.
Take my $25 and run. I'm not a stock person.
You made me really bummed that I'm not getting my gay pay this year.
Well, I'm bummed that I'm only getting the 500.
Man.
Yeah, really.
Wow. And you know, I signed up to try to get some gay pay.
And they were like, we ain't giving you shit.
They were like, no. And then I saw something on Facebook today because like now I'm desperate for my gay pay. Right? Like
Yeah.
it's the second of the month. I'm feeling real like crunched about it, real desperate. So a Facebook friend of mine was like, hey, I need a BIPOC person to come to this thing and talk about the following topics. And I was like, I'm interested. Right? So I like read the topics and they were fine. They were like pretty generic type of like things you ask black people.
Right.
And then it was like, unfortunately, we don't have a budget for this. I was like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah, we can't.
During Pride Month and Juneteenth, you want me to do this shit for free?
No. No.
No.
Hey, smell that shit.
What are you trying to spell?
Why are you in my place? Why are you in my space?
Because you're the one who asked me to be here.
I did. Let's see. There we go. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah, you
I
asked
know
me
that-
to be here.
I'm playing with all the. There we go. That looks a little better. I
So-
did ask you to be here because we are talking about Gay for Pay. So let's switch gears for just a second. So how do we feel about, like, let's talk about Target. So for at least 5+ years, Target has been like growing their little pride section in their clothing area, right? You know, they would have some, you know, a couple of t-shirts a minute ago, and then now they've got like a whole pride line. I didn't even realize that happened. But then now like the conservatives have like lost their minds this year. Like this year, and before we even, I can't even go there. I got to go back. Okay. So we do know that this is just an election like nonsense.
Yeah, it's just election year panic.
So
Like enforced false panic.
conservatives have done this for many of election. So I was actually watching a documentary yesterday about porn, like, you know, adult films and stuff like that, about some of like the more radical adult films. And this is like back more of like the like 70s and 80s stuff that was like really radical, and the things that were happening in the world when these films came out. And it reminded me that in the 70s, when Nixon was running for office after Watergate and all that stuff, right around that time, he shifted focus from Watergate to the porn industry and made a huge deal about saving American families from porn. And it saved him for as long as he could until he had to quit, right? And Ronald Reagan did the same thing, because Ronald Reagan was like, in his second term, he went on the war against drugs. So he villainized drugs and black people hardcore. I villainized like the ghetto, all of those things. He did that hardcore and got elected again. George W., who everyone hated after 9/11 and Columbine and everything like that, went after gay marriage super hard. I think George W.'s second term was the most black people who's ever voted for a Republican since the Republicans were cool.
Wow. I was unaware of that.
Yeah. Yeah, George W. got his second push because of that. Now here we are again, and now they're bringing up trans issues and, you know, just like, you know, gay indoctrination is like the name of the game. No one was worried about fucking Target and their Pride line.
No.
No one was talking about trans issues on this level at all. Like they kept hinting at it for a little bit, but now it is like they're coming up with all kinds of crazy stories, and like there are really crazy memes going around saying all these like women are actually trans women. They are like
Michelle Obama,
yeah,
Venus and Serena. Notice they're all black women.
They're all black women, right? Who are like extremely
talented and have a degree of power.
Right. So now like that's the whole story, and now like there's this like attack on trans people, mostly trans women. And you know, Target was put in a really interesting situation, and I don't think they pulled their Pride lines from all of their stores. I think they were pulling it from the stores that were like being threatened.
Well, and then in a lot of stores they moved it to the back of the store, and they pulled certain items. Like they had a bathing suit that all the conservatives went up for, that was tuck friendly. And they claimed that it was a kid's bathing suit. It was not.
Right.
And that, like, this was, like, grooming. I don't really understand the correlation between, like, a bathing suit being tuck-friendly and grooming. But, you know, those conservatives, whatever. And so, I think that was pulled.
Yeah.
And the sad part is a lot of the Pride line was a collaboration with like young queer and BIPOC designers. So the Pride line, and I know because early on I went and I looked at the Pride line, and some of it was kind of cute. It was cute in a real tacky way.
Oh, yeah.
And I was into that.
That's Target.
I was into that. So I went and looked at the Pride line, and on the tags it had like information about the designer and things like that. So I do wonder about like what the effects of pulling some of these things have had on these like young up and coming designers. I did buy, and I bought it for us to share. I did buy the green gay jumpsuit,
yeah,
which I thought was like super cute. It was a little pricey. It was $45.
Ooh.
Yeah. But then I ended up returning it, not because Target like pulled their Pride stuff.
Oh, I didn't know you took it back.
Yeah, I took it back.
Oh.
I told you I was going to take it back.
Oh, okay. I liked it.
You didn't act like you liked it.
I did. And I thought that you said you wanted to take it back, and I didn't want you to take it back.
Oh, you didn't act like you like it. I took it back.
Just because I didn't have anywhere to. I sit here all day. Where am I going to wear it?
I don't know.
Jesus, Sydney.
Anyway, yeah, so I took it back. Not because of like the whole gay stuff, although that was kind of on my mind, like the pulling of the collection, but mainly because it was $45 and I needed that money.
Franz says straight people aren't groomers. I mean, like, that's the whole thing, right?
Right.
Statcha says, the biggest issue, these companies and corporations never stop and just say, you people are fucking nuts and we aren't bowing to you. Target's little inclusion nonsense is about money. Mm-hmm. These corporations don't give a fuck about human rights issues. They have no spine when it comes to doing the right thing. It defeats the entire purpose of having it in the first place.
It's always like that. I mean, that's part of like the gay for pay, right?
Right.
I mean, even Chick-fil-A.
What's Chick-fil-A doing?
So, like a week ago, Chick-fil-A, they do their like employee highlights.
Right.
And they highlighted a gender non-conforming person who uses, at least in the thing, uses he, him pronouns.
Okay.
But he had like a lace front, he had nails.
Okay.
The whole thing. And so they highlighted this like great employee. Notice they did this like a week before Pride Month. And then Chick-fil-A, I saw a like tweet that I'm not 100% sure is real. That was like basically acknowledging Pride Month.
Wow.
Yeah. Like
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, and they released information that they have hired a new like DEI officer.
Did they really?
Yeah, and the conservatives are
I know
freaking out.
They cannot handle.
And now they don't know what to do.
DEI.
Right?
Yeah. So like if you don't know, DEI is diversity education. Or diversity, education, inclusion, or whatever. Equity and inclusion. Sorry. Wow, Chick-fil-A. That's huge. Because I thought that's what they had to hold on to, was like, at least we got our chicken sandwich.
I know, right?
So the conservative like nonsense, like what scares me the most is that as time has gone by, so like when we go back to the hysteria around, and I'm talking about like the 40s hysteria around communism and like weed and drugs and stuff like that. Remember like the big thing was like, oh, weed will make you lose your mind and go have sex in the middle of the street and all that stuff.
And go have sex with black men.
With black men, that's like a thing.
Don't forget that.
And then everyone who wasn't like a straight white person was a communist for a while. Remember McCarthyism?
Yeah.
Then the attack on adult films and porn industry, any kind of like sexual revolution, women's rights movements and all that stuff. It's all like women who went to work were actually lesbians or wanted to be men, and all of this hysteria that has ever happened. I think that the more this time around actually freaks me out the most, because this shit is actually fucking ridiculous. It's so fucking ridiculous that you can't argue with people.
Yeah.
Like, how do you argue with someone who is just like, if you're gay, you're a demon?
Oh, I love that one. That demon.
Like,
that Pride Month. I want that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, that's really good.
I want that Pride Month demon shirt.
It's like, how do you have a logical conversation with someone who is calling you a demon? Like, how do you have a logical conversation around drag queens who have been performing for since forever, who are now grooming children. When what I can't understand for the life of me, every time I open TikTok, every time I open Facebook, if I see one more cisgender dude emulating a woman, I'm going to fucking lose my mind. And it is constant. It is like talking about how women go shopping, what it's like when you go to church. Have you seen like the people like
what's
emulating
your TikTok algorithm?
Well, like, you know, I always see like talking about the ladies who go to church, and there's always some dude in a wig who's always emulating a woman and kind of making fun of women. And it is constant. And like, as long as the narrative still is being held by a man, like from a man's point of view, making fun of a woman, we're fine. But if it's a queer dude doing drag, then now it's somehow dangerous.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. And like,
I mean, no one's going to protest Medea.
no one's protesting Mrs. Doubtfire, Tootsie. I mean, like, it's just been happening forever with men wearing dresses and kind of making fun of women. But drag queens have a different narrative. They're not necessarily making fun of women. They're impersonating women in a sense, depending on how you do your drag. And like, it's all an entertainment and fun. And when I was on NPR, I even said this is like, my ADHD gives me some really great insight sometimes. But I said this. I said, before drag was happening in a corner bar at night, no one was paying attention to it. Now we're out doing brunches, story time, and all this stuff. And now everyone has access to drag. You can't throw a fucking stone at a brunch anywhere in any city without having to see somebody do a high kick turn and then flip their hair. I mean, it is constant. And if I get one more wig hair in my eggs, I'm done. So like, you know, that's the freak out. The freak out is that people are coming out earlier. People are able to express themselves more freely. And it's scary to these conservatives in a way that it's scary to the average conservative, but to the smart political or politician conservative, it's all a fucking chess game. They don't give a fuck.
They don't care.
Ron DeSantis doesn't care about gay people.
No.
Ron DeSantis cares about how scared these like back neck white folks are of gay people. And people fall for this shit over and over again. But what makes me more mad is when black people fall for it. It makes me so fucking mad. It's like, you're seriously going to like, you know, vote against so many of your primary interests just because you hate that I'm trans.
Yep.
Statcha says somebody should protest Medea. Those movies are fucking terrible.
Oh, I know. I mean, they have a place in my heart because of Grandma.
Yeah.
Because Grandma loved Medea.
Grandma loves some Medea.
But I can't watch them.
No, they're a tough one. Francis Wanda Sykes said, until a drag queen beats 7 children to death with a copy of To Kill a Mockingbird. We are fucking. I remember I saw that quote. Or I saw her say that on one of the videos. But yeah, like, seriously, like, kids are still killing each other with guns in school right now, but we ain't going to get rid of, nobody wants to get rid of guns. You know, because at the end of the day, guns are still protection against black people. You know, so these children who are getting shut up in schools and stuff like that are just for what they think is collateral damage. And maybe we should like figure out how to continue to arm schools. And now we're in the situation where school shooting preparedness is becoming a big industry. So then that's going to force the issue to be tabled even more.
Like those backpacks and
yeah. all like there are big companies like Northrop and Grumman and all of them who are designing like weird bulletproof shelters to be built in schools and stuff like that. Like once it becomes that kind of an industry and government starts buying into it, you're done. They're not gonna ever do anything about it.
Right. Did I tell you that my department has been targeted by conservative media?
Yeah, you told me that you had to now submit your
No,
your
I don't
syllabus.
have to.
Oh, okay.
They asked for it. They asked a bunch of questions, and they asked for copies of my syllabus for Black Queer Studies.
Wow.
And they send an email to all the faculty in the department talking about particular courses. So it wasn't like a mass email.
So it wasn't just about all women's studies. It's about mostly like what you teach,
Yeah.
like Black Queer Studies and.
There was a trans course that got it.
Wow.
And so,
And you go to a public school, like you go to a state school.
yeah.
So
we
yeah.
were just instructed at this point to just ignore it. But who knows? I mean, people are crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I remember many years ago, my friend Naima, who taught at Evergreen University, got doxxed so bad by conservatives that she was receiving death threats. They found her house and address. They posted it. All her stuff went around conservative media.
Jesus.
And she ended up resigning from her job. I think she got some kind of settlement from the school because they like failed to protect her.
Yeah.
But and she's doing great now. She's like an artist or something. But anyway, like this is like scary shit. So hopefully this won't necessarily go anywhere. They'll like print their little story. But like the department, I can see why the department has a target on its back. One, it's named the Harriet Tubman Department of Women, Gender, and Sexuality Studies.
Right.
Right? And so it has the Harriet Tubman.
Oh yeah, it's just way too wacky for these conservatives.
Has the
every word in that sentence,
Right, exactly.
It's just way too far. Like they can't handle it. Like their head's gonna blow up.
And I feel like they set me up because I teach the course that has critical race studies in the title. So I'm surprised they didn't ask about that course. I mean, they could have asked about any of them. I teach drag, I teach whatever.
Right. Well, they probably just went through what you were teaching that
In the
semester.
fall.
Yeah, or in
Yeah.
the fall, whatever. Yeah, because if you're not teaching the class right away, they don't know what you've taught. Or these people aren't going to look but so far into the research, quote unquote. They love research. And their research is always starts and ends with headlines. So like, yeah, these people are, I don't know. It's more scary when you have a bunch of followers, a bunch of sheep, a bunch of people who just take some really generic and vague information and kind of just run with it. And it is totally like it's like cult MO, right? It's like you don't get the whole story, you get exactly what you need to hear. It taps into fight or flight, and you just go, and your brain and your anxiety can just take it so many places. I think that like I would guarantee that most of these people who are really pissed off about, the Pride collection at Target and all of this stuff is because they're being fed a level of information that scares them, thinks that they really think
they're in danger.
They're in danger. Yeah. Like they think this is demons, and these are like really like demonic and satanic like things that are just going to come after them and their children. And it's like, none of that is true. And it's really scary when people have the power to tap into that. And that's why I was saying, like, when I don't know, we were joking about this the other day. about Dean Cain. We were talking about Dean Cain, and I was like, oh man, QAnon got him. And it's like when people get like sucked into things like QAnon and stuff like that, you cannot argue with people. You can't reason with them. There is no reeling them in until their core belief is broken by the thing that they're believing in.
Yeah.
You know, so like when they realize, so like for example, when QAnon promised something and it didn't happen, they lost a lot of followers because people were holding on to that thing. But that thing had to be the one to get you out. A lot of those people like gave up their families and, you know, just left some jobs and stuff like that. Things that were like, that told them that QAnon wasn't real, and they didn't want to hear it.
Right.
And that's that cult shit. And people are just like, there's no way you're going to convince me that this thing is wrong.
Well, you know, they're turning the language around. They're now calling like queer stuff the LGBTQ cult.
Oh, we're a cult now.
Yeah, we're a cult.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I'll
be a cult.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
You're definitely a cult leader.
Oh, I'm a leader?
Congratulations.
Oh, I'm a leader. I'm a cult leader. Thank you very much. I accept the nomination of cult leader for the LGBTQ community. I don't know what to do with that other than pay me. Okay. Franz just said something that reminded me of something. Just remind them God set the rainbow to remind us he wouldn't destroy the world again. Half of them are waiting for that, and they'll be big mad. But here's the thing. I think these people are going to start freaking out about colors in general, just color. So there was one guy I saw on TikTok who's in Target, and he's all like, look at this demonic shirt. And it was like literally a picture of a unicorn. It didn't have anything gay on it. It was just a children's shirt with like a unicorn and like some hearts. And it was like pastel. It wasn't even like real gay. It was just like pastel, cute little gender neutral type of shirt. And mostly for girls, because it was a little pastel-y, it was a little femme. But like, okay. It wasn't gay at all. Like, there was nothing about this that screamed, my child is a big fat homo. This just screamed, my kid is getting ready to get this shirt really dirty at the playground. That's what it said. But he was like, look at this demon. I was like, are we mad at colors now? Like,
maybe we're mad at unicorns.
Is it the unicorn?
I mean, they're mad at mermaids.
Now they're mad at mermaids?
Yeah.
Because Black Ariel. That's right. They're mad at mermaids. Yeah. Fuck you, Black Ariel. Ruining mermaids. Mad at unicorns. What's not gay? You know how I've been. I can't stand gay people on television. And like, I am so tired of gay people on TV.
Chris won't even watch Ultimatum with me.
I was like, everybody's got to be so gay.
Everyone talks about how great the Queer Ultimatum show is.
Hold up, what's the Queer Ultimatum show? Which one am I missing? What are we talking about?
It's like a dating show.
Oh, I can't watch it. I don't want to watch queer dating people.
But I think
gay people dating is the worst. Have you dated someone as a gay person?
The premise is
Have you dated another gay person? I'm married to a lesbian. This is the fucking worst.
Can I tell you the premise of the show?
Okay, go ahead.
The premise of the show is that couples, queer couples, and I'm not sure if they're queer or all lesbian, I'm not sure. Queer couples, one has given the other an ultimatum, like marry me or make it official.
Wow.
In that sense, or else we're over.
Okay.
So they live in a house. And then they date.
They date other people in the house?
Yeah.
Oh, that's messy.
Yeah. It's messy.
I don't want to watch that. I don't like weird dating shows anyway. Okay, this is why.
But you like the L Word. It's like real life L Word.
Okay, first off, the reason why I like the L Word is because it's so fucking ridiculous.
Well, this is fucking ridiculous.
But it's a show. It's like a scripted show. You can see where it's going. I don't like reality TV. I'm not a reality TV person. Like, I would watch a cooking show, and that might be like the extent of reality TV. I haven't really gotten into reality TV since the real world.
You're so old.
Back in like the 90s. Okay, listen. Anyways, this is why I don't like gay people on TV. One, gay people on TV always are like a like huge stereotype of like gayness. Like, why they gotta be so gay on TV?
You really do get for that, yeah.
And it's like, yay for inclusion, but inclusion for what? Because I don't even know anybody like that until I meet somebody like that, and I'm like, you're way too gay for me.
You especially don't like when gay people and trans people aren't Chopped.
Oh my god, because that's all they talk about. Like, okay, I don't like Chopped for this one reason.
Did you see the Chopped where the chef was a woman who had a trans daughter?
Oh my god.
And that's all
they
she
talk
talked about.
Chopped is so bad at like really like pulling out some random detail about your life and making the entire episode or the entire time that you're cooking about that thing. So like if you are Asian American, whatever part of Asia you're from, like I'm Thai, then everything you cook, everything you do on Chopped has to be about Thai food. Like that's how Chopped is, and I hate that. I'm like, can they just like, can't you just make some food and just be a person? No, you've got to be a lesbian with a trans kid, and everything's got to be dripping in lesbian fucking tofu with trans kid, whatever, soy milk, whatever the hell. I don't need to know. Like,
I
you don't have to
think
go there.
the kids are into oat milk now.
Oat milk. Okay. I'm going to use this oat milk because that's what my trans daughter loves. And I'm like, just fucking cook the basket. I just want you to. I just can't handle it. Now I'm angry.
Yeah. You're like being extremely homophobic for Pride Month. Is that going to be the theme of your Pride Month?
It is.
Homophobia?
It's like how much I'm so over it. And I don't think I'm going to Chris DeSantis. That is fucked up. I don't think I'm going to any like Pride Parade or
Oh no,
things
fuck
or-
no.
I don't
Fuck
think
no.
I'm doing that this year. But I am like I'm doing some Pride events. So like Pretty Boy Drag, we have two days of shows for in the middle of the month.
Are you hosting?
I'll be hosting the Open King Night in DC. And then the club we're doing a pride party at the club. So like, I'm here for doing things for the culture, but like I think I'm done with the
I know.
parade and
you
the
say
festival.
that. You say that every year.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it every year since COVID. COVID really took the wind out of my sails around Pride. Like,
Yeah.
I really haven't been like, you know how you get in the mood for Christmas? Like, I used to get in the mood for Pride. Like, I used to be like ready to go do all these things for Pride, and like, I just kind of took the winds out of my sails, and I just really don't have the same excitement around it that I used to. And I was actually thinking, because this weekend is Pride, Trans Pride, and I was like, maybe I'll, grab my camera and go out and like, but I just can't.
Oh, I think you should.
No, it's hot.
It's not that hot.
And I don't feel like trying to park my van and having to find a place to be. Like, I just don't have it in me like I used to. I used to think about like, how did I
mean,
do
that's
this?
fair.
How did I do this? Like, I used to drive all the way down to DC.
You were
and
younger.
It was like 10 years ago.
10 years is a long time.
It is a long time. And speaking of Pride Parade, I was thinking about this the other day. You know how sometimes like we really hate a corporate Pride Parade, right? Like,
Yeah.
The queers really hate corporate Pride Parade, but we'll be pissed if the newest winner of RuPaul's Drag Race is not on the main stage. So you can't have it both ways, and also be real mad. They're like, oh, they only got what's his name, David Archuleta for the
Archuleta. He came in second on the Masked Singer.
He did come in second.
He didn't even win.
No, that's homophobic. It's like they only got David Archuleta. They couldn't even get us a Christina Aguilera.
I can't believe you brought up David Archuleta.
I love a David Archuleta story here. but like you can't have like Taylor Swift without a twink writing a burrito for the Chipotle float. You gotta have the twink writing the burrito for the Chipotle float, if you want big freedom.
Word.
Like that's how they pay for it. So like it's kind of one of those things where it's like, is it a necessary evil? I don't know. But I tell you, the worst contingent of every gay pride parade is like the moms and old ladies who walk for Bank of America who throw hard candy at you.
Come on, they're just trying to be P-flag moms.
Oh God, why the hard candy though?
Yeah, I don't know.
I hate people who throw hard candy.
They're just trying to be P-flag.
I don't want hard candy. And also like I can't get I don't need another pair of promotional sunglasses, even though I like a good.
You love those.
I love a good pair of promotional sunglasses, but like I can't do another promotional sunglasses. No more.
What about the
random
little
beads.
wristbands?
Wristbands, like there's just so much shit. So. Franz says the littering. Yeah. So what's really interesting? Have you ever seen them clean up after the parade?
No.
So after the parade, DC's really, really good about this. At the end of the parade, they have the street sweepers, like the little machines, the little trucks or whatever they are, and they come behind and they get all of that shit up in one swoop. And the next thing you know, the street is fucking clean. Baltimore, I think they do about the same thing. They come through and they get all the stuff up off the side of the street. So all the hard candies. They clean it all up really fast so that they can open the street back up.
It's like magic.
It is really kind of efficient. Like, but that's why the parade also costs a lot of money to the city, because you got to pay for that. You got to pay for the street to be blocked off. You got to pay for the police to like do all that stuff, and then you got to pay for the street to get cleaned. So the parade is expensive to do, and then you're gonna have a block party on top of that. That's also really expensive. And then
and then Pride in the Park.
And a Pride in the Park is not as bad.
Right.
But yeah, it's all not cheap. So sorry.
That's why there's gay for pay.
That's why there's gay for pay. Chipotle is going to come down the road. And little Twink is going to be riding that little burrito.
That's because the burritos.
Yup. Every year. So Statcha says, I'm starting my own queer event called Gay Shame. We all stay in the house, eat junk food, and stay in bed. I'm here with that.
That's like every day.
Can I like shame eat like in the dark? Like
oh
I
my
always
god!
do?
So Chris shame eats a lot,
I do shame eat.
and it's always like something with a wrapper.
It's
And
mostly
I hear the wrapper, and I'm like, "What are you eating?" Because it's definitely like after the lights go out.
yeah. When I turn the light off, I will grab like my little candy bar. It's most likely a Mr. Good bar,
Gross.
and I eat like half of my Mr. Good bar while I play Sudoku or like my crossword, and I go to bed. It's probably why I have nightmares all the time. I'm eating chocolate right before I go to sleep.
I think you're making that up.
I'm serious. I have nightmares all the time.
You do, but the correlation between chocolate and nightmares.
It's the sugar, probably. I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, I still do it. Ironically, Mr. Goodbar used to be my porn name. Oh my God, Statcha, I love you so much. Statcha, you got to come back to the club and come hang out.
Yeah, that was a good time.
That was really nice. Y'all are so dumb. So, anyways, I forgot what I was going to say because I'm just completely distracted by Statcha's porn name.
Your meth hasn't kicked in yet?
It's kicked in.
It felt like it kicked in.
Yeah, I'm here. I mean, I'm really angry about gay people, and I'm angry about people who don't like gay people. Is that everybody?
That's everybody.
Did I cover it all? I was thinking about like how the acronym is so long now. Where are we at? LGBTQ.
IAA.
There's two A's.
IAA 2S.
2F?
S.
2S. Okay. And so like I mean, is the goal to be inclusive of all queer people, or get to the point where this acronym is so long that really everybody falls into it? And then really, are you just hating yourself?
I'm currently giving Chris the Space Ghost Coast to Coast stare.
I mean, I feel like that's a legit question. I mean, is the goal to be inclusive of all?
The goal is to talk about everyone who does not conform to heteronormativity.
But how far does this go until
I mean,
it literally includes everybody?
well, then we have to think about like kink and poly.
See, that's what I'm saying. Then when you start getting to kink and poly, you start including people who are heterosexual.
Well, heterosexual and heteronormative
Are two different things, right?
Same thing.
And then there's going to be like, what about parents? Parents need to be on the acronym. And then it's going to be what about soccer moms? Soccer moms going to be in the acronym.
Soccer moms are the definition of heteronormative.
I just see this going into like an infinitive or an infinity kind of situation.
That's why people just say LGBTQ plus.
Plus.
It can just keep going.
It can just keep going.
It's kind of like pie.
It is pie. It is pie. And that's what I'm saying. So like at some point, I really do believe that this is going to include just about everybody except for like that lady who just refuses to be a part of it.
Do you know that when I was in 5th grade, we had a contest to see who could memorize pi the furthest?
Did you win?
No.
Wow. How far did you get?
I don't remember. I didn't get very far.
3.
The person who remembered it the furthest was cut off at 100.
Wow. I'm out because I weigh 3.14.
15.
Okay, well there you are. Wait, Sydney, I know pie. I like LGBTQ and M. Yeah, that's right. I am Sydney. I know all the numbers to pi.
Wow.
I told you need to learn how to teach math because you about to not have a job.
I am about to not have a job.
They ain't gonna let you teach about black people.
It's gonna be rough, and I don't know what else to teach.
Math. Obviously, you know pi.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, everybody, we're going to do our times tables. Let me get my calculator.
That's exactly what that would look like.
All right, y'all. I need to go to work. Until Monday. I don't know what we're talking about on Monday yet.
What do you mean? What's this we business? You keep roping me in.
Until Monday. I don't know what we're going to talk about yet.
I don't know either because I have not agreed to Monday.
Not yet. Admit that you like this.
It's all right. I don't like having to wake up. It shouldn't be at 9, but I understand why you have it at 9.
Yeah, I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Happy Pride Month, everyone. Take care, and at least I will see you next week. Happy Friday.
Bye.